All right, we're going to talk about college football teams that I think will have a better year in 2026. Power Four teams. Now, these are the teams who had a disappointing year, teams that failed to make the playoffs, had losing seasons, bad records, so on and so forth. I'm going to go by each Power Four division, and I'm going to name the teams I think will have a better year. Now, with the ACC, I could name you a couple teams. Let's start off with obvious Virginia Tech. I think Virginia Tech's going to have a much better year than what they've had under Brent Pry. Hiring James Franklin was the best move they ever done. The recruiting is getting better for Virginia Tech. They made moves in the portal. The schedule's probably going to be lenient because it's the ACC. Anybody can win the ACC with no hurdles, no problems, no nothing. There ain't very many tough teams other than your Miami, your Clemson, maybe your SMU or Louisville. But I think Virginia Tech is set up to have a decent year. Are they going to make the playoffs? I don't know. But I think Virginia Tech is going to have a better year. I think James Franklin will turn it around. He could be one of the best coaches they've had since Frank Beamer. Is he better than Frank Beamer? No. But he's a proven coach. Look what he did at Penn State. Having winning seasons for a decade until he got fired last year. And he's not a bad coach. It's just can't get over the hump over certain teams. Now, the next team I think will improve, should improve. If not, something is seriously wrong, and it's Clemson. 7-6 last year. Had national championship expectations, playoff expectations. Just all went south. A lot of things went wrong. Cade Klubnik did not do well. And now Dabo Swinney is finally using the transfer portal like he should. He's actually doing it. Go look at Clemson's transfer portal. Whatever sports source you use, 24/7, 365, what the fuck ever. I think Clemson will have a bounce-back year. Will it be a playoff year? I don't know. Maybe. I think Clemson will get better. Unless it's going to be the same old problems, but we will see with Clemson. Now, out of the SEC, who I think is going to improve, LSU. Hiring Lane Kiffin. One of the greatest hires they've made right now. Yes, say what you want what he did at Ole Miss. Yes, I think it's fucked up. I think it's ridiculous. I hate what he did to Ole Miss leaving the way they did. But you can't deny the success he had there. He's going to have tremendous success at LSU with recruiting advantages, the NIL advantages, the money, the resources, everything he's got at LSU. I think LSU will have a better year. I think they could probably be a playoff contender and have a better record. I think LSU will do very well. Lane Kiffin will have success in the future in Baton Rouge. Can he win a national championship? I could see him winning a natty in LSU in Baton Rouge at LSU. I could see it happening. But I think he's one of those teams, LSU's one of the teams in the SEC I think will have a better record. Those are the teams I think will improve, is LSU. Now, out of the Big Ten, who I think will have a better year would be Penn State. Yes, they had a disastrous season. 3-3 start, James Franklin getting fired, going 7-6. Yes, one of the worst seasons they've had in a while, but hiring Matt Kimball is a great hire, grabbing all the players from Iowa State. He basically took Iowa State's team along with the coach. So, with the schedule they got set up, the schedule's pretty fucking easy. Penn State's got one hell of an easy schedule, except for maybe a couple games that are going to be tricky on the schedule. Penn State has a nice schedule that's set up for them to have a better record. They could probably win 8 or 9 games with this schedule. Or surprisingly get into the playoffs. I think Penn State will have a better record and a better year. And their non-con is pretty easy. They got Marshall and a couple other teams. And Penn State will have it easy. I think they play Michigan or Ohio State. I'm going to have to check on their schedule. I lose track. But I think Penn State's set up to have an easy record because of their schedule and what they brought from Iowa State along with Matt Campbell. Now, another SEC team I was going to mention that might have it better would probably be Tennessee. Tennessee might have a better year since they're bringing Joey Aguilar back. And they hired a proven defensive coordinator. I think Tennessee might improve defensively and bringing Joey Aguilar back. Yes, I know they brought him back another year. You've heard about it. Tennessee could have a decent year. I think they'll be slightly better. I don't know about playoff, but we'll see. Now, let's get to the Big 12. There are a couple teams that I can think of will have a better year in the Big 12. One of them will be West Virginia. I think West Virginia will have a better year because they went after big pieces in the transfer portal, players that they needed. Grabbing quarterback Michael Hawkins Jr., I think will be pretty good. And the running back from Jacksonville State, his name's Cam something. He's really good, one of the best running backs in the country. And West Virginia's going after pieces they really need, especially on offense. And they got one of the best recruiting classes in the Big 12. They're in the top 30 in recruiting class this year. Yes, I'm a West Virginia fan. I'm not just talking good on them because I'm a West Virginia fan, but I'm thinking West Virginia is going to have a better year. And the schedule sets up kind of nicely. I mean, yes, they got a couple tricky teams. You're Houston. You got Texas Tech. You got Utah and TCU. Utah will have a new coach. There might be some advantage there. The rest of the Big 12 has got new coaches and new quarterbacks and new players. So the schedule kind of sets up well for West Virginia, and West Virginia will have a better roster. I think West Virginia can win 8 or 9 games, go 8-4 or 9-3. I don't know about the playoffs. Playoffs, I think it's unlikely, but I think West Virginia will be a better team. Maybe win 8 or 9 games, be in the conversation to contend for the Big 12 championship. Or at least be in the conversation. Another team I think will improve is Oklahoma State. After the disastrous 1-11 season, worst in rec team history, with hiring Eric Morris and pretty much grabbing all the talent from North Texas, I think Oklahoma State's going to have a better year. I think they'll probably be. I think they'll get to a bowl game. Probably win 7 games at least, 7, 8, kind of around the same as West Virginia. But I think Oklahoma State's going to be better under Eric Morris. I mean, the schedule, it's hard to say, but I think Oklahoma State will be better. Will they be a double-digit loss team? No, I think they're going to be better. Maybe a bowl team or fighting for a bowl, getting to a bowl. At least bowl eligibility, I think, for Oklahoma State. I think they're going to be better. Now, those are the teams I think that will improve in 2026 in the Power 4. And that's the teams I named, so stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be talking about North Dakota State joining the FBS. I'm going to make a video about that, but like, subscribe, share, and comment. I do have more videos coming. I appreciate every support I get on this channel. It may not be millions of views and stuff like that, but what I get, I deeply appreciate it. But like and subscribe, and I see you guys later.